Do you want to play as a Crucible Knight in Elden Ring? So you can do this. And you also want to do this to little enemies. Absolutely melt them. Then let me show you how. Now please note this is a build that is halfway through the DLC and more aimed towards a new game plus. The more levels you put into it, the more powerful it's going to be. This is also more of a RP build, so if you want just pure min-maxing ability, probably isn't the build for you. If you want to be a Crucible Knight and you want to have a fun time with Elden Ring, then this is the one for you. This is how our stats look. We have 55 Vigor, 30 Mind, 30 Endurance, 55 Strength, 24 Dexterity, 9 Intelligence, 40 Faith, and 14 Arcane. Now you could get rid of the Arcane, dump it down to 10, put more into your Strength, your Vigor, your Endurance, anything you really want to do there. Now when it comes to items, we are using Devanina's Hammer. This is a plus 10 weapon, uses Somber Smithing Stones to level up, and I'll show you later on how to achieve this. We're also using the Erdtree Seal, plus 10 again, another Somber Smithing Stone item. We're using the Crucible Hammer Helm. This is a DLC item. This is from the same character that gives you Devanina's Hammer. And we're also using the Crucible Axe Armor, the Crucible Gauntlets, and the Crucible Greaves. Now I will show you how to get all of these, as well as an optional second weapon you can use, which is this one. Although this is a great sword, now if you want to use a sword instead of your giant hammer, then this is the option, and just bump this as high as it will go. When it comes to talismans, the talismans I are using are things to really buff us up and tank us out. So using the Crimson Amber Medallion +1. We are using the Erdtree's Favour to get more HP, stamina and equipment load. This will help us, so we're not just fat rolling, at least we're medium rolling. Obviously if you put more into endurance, you can bump this up. We're also using Godfrey's Icon to enhance our charged spells and skills, and the Jagan Crest Great Shield Talisman to enormously boost our physical damage negation. And within my Flask of Wondrous Physics, I'm using the Crimson Crystal Tear and the Opaline Bubble Tear. Two, in my opinion, the only two I've ever really used in this physic, because they're amazing. But this is a very fun build to just decimate enemies. If we charge up our attack, 1,700 damage. Now as I said, this is more based towards a New Game Plus or midway through the DLC. But as you can see, we do so much damage with this, and it's a lot of fun to play as. Especially the L2 ability, which can really help melt swarms of enemies, as you can see there. And the range is also pretty good on it, as such. So bear in mind it is going to be a slower build than your katanas or whatnot, but it's a very fun one. So let me show you how to get the gear we're using for this build. I would recommend the Crucible Axe set, and to get this we need to defeat Crucible Knight Ordovis. Now his weapon is also very good for this build as well. I will give you another option later on after this if you wish to choose it. But to do this we do need to be inside here, and we need to defeat the Crucible Knight. And as you can see, there is a Lost Grace inside the Azura Hero's Grave, and as I said, we just need to work our way through here to reach the final boss. There is also something you can unlock here if you choose to. I'll show you what's inside quick, just while we're here. Apart from horrible creatures, you will get a golden epiphyta, or however you want to say it. Not a bad little item, I'll just show you that quickly. It is a bit of a diversion, but it's not too bad. A nice little straight sword, balanced between strength, dex, and faith. Okay, so to reach the Golden Knight, work your way through this. Okay, once you enter the Fog Gate, you have 2 Crucible Knights to defeat here. Okay, and with them both down, you'll see we get a bunch of rewards. The Greatsword, as well as all the armour, which is perfect for this themed build. Now let me show you the next weapon you could do if you are progressing through the Shadows of the Erdtree DLC. Okay, so to get the Devanina Crucible Knight hammer, you want to be at this bonfire if you haven't already fought the person just there. Now this bonfire is the Rua Ancient Ruins East, but to get here you do have to ride past this character here. Now this Crucible Knight is very difficult, so bear that in mind, but by killing them we do unlock their weapon, as you will see now. And there you go, with them down we have unlocked Devanina's hammer as well as a Crucible hammer helm. And if we would come into our equipment and we'll just check it out, you will see it's a tanky weapon. 30 strength and 19 dex required, or sorry, 19 faith required to use it. So the stat requirement isn't too high, especially for this point in the game, but this is the perfect weapon if you want to do an aspect of the Crucible build. Okay, so that is my Crucible Knight build for Elden Ring. Again, more geared towards the DLC at the moment, and for New Game Plus. Now, I can't promise this will work against Prince Consort Radahn, because that boss sucks, and I'm not going to test it against him. But let me know what you think about this build in the comments below. Are you a fan of it? What would you do differently? What would you keep the same? Let me know, like I said, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.